here and talk about certain ideas. And I'm really honored to be here, coming all the way from Silicon Valley to talk about a few things. Before I do that, my journey started in India. I was born, brought up in Kolkata, and I grew up there. And I learned a few things from my mentor, my idol, my dad. He taught me how to be hardworking and very passionate, everything you do, and be fearless. In fact, I'm proud to say he is 88 years old and still works more than 12 hours a day as a medical doctor. So I really look up to him to whatever I do. That ideals that I gained from him went to US and very early caught on to the bug of entrepreneurship. While doing that, I always remained fearless as I moved from industry to industry, building companies, especially from storage industry, moving on to telecom, to datacom, to displays, and in collaboration space. And I'm proud to say that any company I've worked on and touched has been very successful with great products and fantastic exits. I hope the journey will continue on. That India connection, that learning early days, kept bringing me back here, and I will finish off talking about where I am today in India. There are several trends that have been going on, and one of them I mentioned was digital transformation. There is impact of millennials and impact of mobilities. When we start with mobility, mobility is really driven by the mobile devices, smartphones we all have, probably 100% of people here in the room. And with that came access to content, ease of use, and very importantly, access of applications that we can now work not within the four walls, but anywhere. In fact, how many of you really don't look at the email 10 or 11 and respond to it? That means you're working at odd hours. We work from home, we work from airport, or no matter where we are globally. It's really changed our lives forever. And with this change comes really a lot of positives, a lot of responsibilities, and a lot of ways we're doing business. The second most important thing that's changing and has changed is because of millennials. Millennials typically are considered as 20 to 35 years age. In US, there are 75 million millennials. Imagine how many India has, the largest in the world, 700 million. And that millennial generation is, what we have done is brought forced consumerization of workplace, and especially in the enterprises. What I mean by that, before we used to do things differently outside of work and inside work, from displays and laptops and the way you go into meeting rooms, all those approaches were very different than it was done in real life. What consumerization has done is they're forcing people, forcing companies to adopt new ways of doing things, same way as they are used to outside of work. And all the smartphones were now allowed in the companies to become a critical part of the running business. Not only that, the cloud solutions, the access of data through clouds, sharing of data through clouds, and more importantly, the devices that are brought inside the company have to be very easy to use. Millennials will not stay in the company and will not be excited to work if you do not provide them with this consumerized approach. In fact, the data says 13% of millennials really enjoy working if they are not provided with, only if they are provided with good tools. And if they are not, they will actually violate company policy by using other solutions that are necessarily not allowed by the IT to make things easier for themselves. So millennials are going to be a big force to make this change. The third is digital transformation. In the last 5 years, about 90% of content has been created. That means it's really exponential. And it's going to continue to be explosively exponential over next many years to come. And forget next generations to come. So as this content is created, that means we need to access these contents in very fast way at all times and make decisions. There is no longer one content. You need a collective of information to really do your productive job, get insight, make decision. You need access of this content in a real-time way. The effect of latency destroys the momentum. And it is also very important to be able to share the content very easily in a team environment. Today, no one person rises above the team. Team is what drives innovation, and team requires access to and sharing of the content. So, digital transformation combined with millennials, which is the largest in India, combined with mobility, is a perfect storm for Digital India initiated by our Prime Minister here. And this initiative not only affects India's policy and how we can mobilize every individual in the country to be part of this digital revolution, this really sets the stage and impacts at global level. And the digital transformation combined with the really IT efforts that's happening here is going to make a big impact everywhere. And India in 2000 was the biggest coding hub. Today is digital transformation hub. Okay. What this company at Prism, what we do is, our goal is to bring any amount of content, any amount of application accessible to people simultaneously from anywhere, anytime, with any number of people using any kind of device. Any, and any, right? What really means is you do not want to have any barrier because of not accessible application of content. You do not want any barrier that you cannot access it real time, share with people, cross borders, and get productive insight and finally making good and fast decisions. Prism solution and products could not be successful, again, without a big hand of the team here in India. Very early on, when I started Prism 10 years ago, within 1 year, we set up a team in Bangalore, India. We were not asking them to do any back office work or support work. They were the leading edge, cutting edge R&D team. They actually were sitting on top of pyramid where team in USA were doing some of the technology component development, whereas team in India was really driving the product definition to R&D to actually develop the product, and finally we actually manufactured also in India, make in India, and it's delivered all around the world. Okay. And 100% that particular product is made in India. So that is the success that team brought, and 10 years ago, 9 years ago, when we brought that team together, it's still intact because their excitement and passion is here. We continue to take that team forward, and now they are creating greater innovations in this collaboration software space that we have done, developed, and have been delivering to customers. Another trend I noticed in India, along with this team effort, when we entered India to sell our product, I was not sure whether it's going to be accepted. It got accepted not only very quickly, And the theme was originally that product will be used in the US and Europe and it will be adopted in India. It's actually reversed. The actual adoption, first adoption in many of the large Fortune 1000 companies are in India. The decision making is made in India. The implementation, development, figuring out use cases is done in India. And then finally, it gets adopted in the rest of the world. So truly, the leadership in India is taking the charge. I'm really excited and proud about this. And I'm coming here regularly and interacting with all the leadership here. And I hope this trend is going to become stronger as decision makings are happening here. So with all the leadership here from all the innovative tech companies, global companies here, I'd like you to join this journey of digital transformation in digital India, and most importantly, lead the decision making that impacts the globe. Thank you.